Hey guys, this is going to be a short video of how I installed a photocell into the outside of my garage in line with all my exterior lights. That way I could have a dusk till dawn setup. So here in this video you're going to see where I set up a photocell system in line with all my exterior lights so that you don't have to turn the lights on and off at night. I want to be able to kind of set it and forget it. I did install a switch in line with that so I could always turn the power off to the photocell, but I wanted something that when the sun goes down, the lights come off, or I'm sorry, the lights go on, and when the sun comes back up, the lights turn off automatically, and that way I never have to worry about it. But if you ever have to do something and work on the system and you don't have to worry about blocking that sensor so that you don't have a live circuit, I still installed a switch in there. That way I could always turn it off manually. Obviously you should always turn off the breakers when you're going to be working on your electrical system. But I just like to put it in there as an option to have. Since I have the walls open, I might as well install it already. So in the beginning of the video, you'll see where I actually got a metal exterior electrical outlet box. It has 1/2-inch threaded openings. That way I could use some 1/2-inch pipe that I knew I had at home already. And my plan was to put a hole through the exterior wall of the garage, mount the box on the outside with a stub about 4 or 5 inches long, 1/2-inch pipe to come through. That way I would have a nice solid feed to put the wires in and out of the wall. And then I was gonna put that in line after the switch so that before the electricity gets to the first light, I will have that photo sensor there. The photo sensor senses when the sun's up or any type of light hits it, it actually opens the circuit, leaves it open, no live power past that point. When the sun goes down, it closes the circuit, it allows electricity to flow through it, and that creates that dusk till dawn. A lot of light fixtures you can buy actually have the sensors in there already. If you see a lot of newer houses, they actually install them somewhere towards the front or side of your house. That allows your exterior lights to automatically come on. A lot of people don't know that. Our house already has one installed for a couple of the lights up front, but I wanted one in the garage in the backyard, not only to have those lights come on automatically, but also so that the backyard wasn't so dark, because right now there's no lights in the backyard. So after getting the metal exterior outlet box, I then got a plate that matched the front of it. And unfortunately, I couldn't really find the setup that I wanted. If you look on Amazon, you can find some face plates that actually have the photocell already installed, but I went ahead and made my own. You can actually buy the photocell itself as like a replacement for some of those already existing systems. You can get them for about $8 or $9, and then you can probably buy the plate for another $2 or $3, and you got your outlet box for, again, another $2 or $3. So I wasn't in too deep on it, but I figured I would just go ahead and make my own. And I wanted it to also match the exterior colors of the garage, so I went with the bronze. And the exterior plate did not already have a hole in it, so I found out that the photo sensor has a 5/8 hole, which I had to then drill into that. It kind of messed up the paint a little bit, so I repainted it with a hammered bronze, but it was easy to do. I just drilled a 5/8 hole into the center of it, installed the photo sensor. It comes with 2 rubber gaskets, one for the front and back, just to help kind of create that weather tight seal. The metal faceplate also comes with a gasket. Once you install it, helps make everything watertight. And all the equipment that I bought says it's rated for exterior or damp or wet areas. So went together really easy. It was pretty easy getting that set up, but I was kind of wondering how it was gonna go as far as drilling through my exterior wall. So I actually had to get a 7/8 drill bit because I found out that the outside diameter of the 1/2-inch pipe is 7/8 exactly. So I got a 7/8 hole punch drill bit, a Milwaukee bit, and I just took my time and drilled it right alongside of a stud. That went right through the stucco, and it was a really clean hole. I was able to then put the pipe from the exterior inside to the garage, and then I secured it with the metal strap just to temporarily hold it stable. I plan on putting some foam or some sealant around it, and I'm gonna make sure it's all weather tight. When I installed the outside electrical box, I actually put some exterior silicone or caulking behind it so that it would start to seal the hole that it went through. I actually installed the box close enough to the eave that it shouldn't really get any water exposure, but just in case, I'd like to rather overbuild it than underbuild it. So I don't foresee any problems, but I just went ahead and did it while I could, and I had it all open. So I installed the box on the outside of the garage. I secured it on the inside with the metal strap, and then I fed my electrical wire from the outlet, or I'm sorry, from the switch up and into the box. Then from there, I fed another wire through that back to the first light. All the lights on the exterior of the house I wired in line, so the power just jumps from one to the next. It'll be a complete circuit all the way around, and the photocell is in between the switch and the first light. So after getting the box mounted on the outside of the garage, making sure it's secure, I pulled the power lines through, stripped them down, and then wired in the photocell. I connected the wires according to the directions on the photocell. They actually had description on the back, which was nice. But if you have any questions on how that's done, you can always search it online, but it's pretty simple. It's usually line in and then load out. Load referring to all the fixtures after that photocell or switch. After that, all I had to do was install the faceplate, make sure it was nice and clean and square, made sure that gasket was on there so that it was weatherproof, and we were good to go. Time to turn on the power. So I know the video's a little bit rough, but I still wanted to try to film it at night. I was just too excited to see, did it work? So this is gonna be the first time I've actually turned the power on to the sub panel at the garage. I've had the main line ran there, but I've just kept the breaker off. So this is gonna be the first thing that I've had wired in, and what do you know? It worked. I turned the power on to the main breaker, turned it on to the sub panel. I hit the breaker for the exterior lights and then flipped the switch. And the photocell's working great. Both fixtures that I had installed are working great. I have 60-watt LED lights. So on this circuit, I have less than 10 lights on it anyways. But usually if you're working with LEDs, the power that it pulls is so minimal anyways, you don't really have to use that rule of 10. But I was always told that if you're gonna be having like a circuit of lights, like from the ceiling or anything like that, that you don't wanna do more than 10 on one circuit or one breaker. But that's a little different when you're working with LEDs, and I went with LEDs on all of this. 60 watts was awesome because it lights up the ground lightly, but enough to not be annoying at night. But it's really good because now, for the first time, I can finally see outside my garage at night. So I can't wait to finish all the rest of the lights. I'll post more pictures of those later, but I just wanted to make this quick video in case anybody's ever wanted to try this or thought about how could I get those dusk till dawn lights. You can do it yourself. You can install them into previously existing light systems. There's a bunch of different ways to do it. This is just one of them, and it's just how I did it, and I thought I would share it. And that's a wrap. Got lights on the outside of the garage working, finally got that photocell system installed, and now I can finish all my insulation and I can close up those walls and really get this garage finished. It's 2020, it's a brand new year, and I really wanted to get this YouTube thing going, so I said I was gonna do it, and I did it. It's day one of the year, and I'm already feeling good about it. So if you haven't already, subscribe, like the video, comment. If you have any suggestions, let me know. And if you want me to make a certain video on something, just shoot me a message and I'll try to get it done, or we'll see what we can do. So until then, I'll see you, and don't forget to subscribe, all right?